is a really great flower patch for a technique, for multiple exposure technique called, what I call the zoom swirl. Sounds like an ice cream thing, but it's actually a technique. And it's done specifically in this case with a zoom lens with a tripod collar right here. So when you do this, the entire camera mechanism turns. For this example, I'll show you. So I'm going to shoot 10, so I'm setting it up on a Nikon at -3, and then I'm picking multiple exposure, auto gain off, and then single photo on a D3S. And then we'll start at 70, and we'll start about over this way, and then we'll do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, what we're going to get is a spiral, like a hurricane type spiral out of the middle. Normally putting something in the center of the frame is kind of, it's very static, and you avoid that 9 times out of 10, but not always. There's exceptions to every rule, and this is one of them, because you're going to use autofocus on this. And what's important, let me do one more, is that we start at 70 on this lens, and then I'll get my multiple exposure set up here. So we're on, and then we're going to start at 70, and then we just autofocus on one spot, shoot, zoom, turn, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's easy to run out of space. Sometimes say I'm at like 9 and this is over. I'm kind of at the end. You just move back one. It's not like it's rocket science. You can have a little overlap. You can move back if you run out of space, whatever. But if you do it enough, you get a feel for it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's the end of it. And you come right to the very end. That way you use every exposure. But if you wind up short, just move it back one. Doesn't much matter. So that's out of the middle again. And again, it's a very nice spiral pattern. Now the other technique, which we'll use a wider lens and hand hold it, because this technique pulls the zoom out of the middle, out of the center of the frame. On this one, you can have the zoom emanate from one of the corners. So this is easier done handheld, by the way. So we're going to basically start, we're going to find our composition. Right about here is good. And we're going to move our autofocus rectangle to the bottom right corner. So it's in the bottom third of the frame, basically. And then we'll set our multiple exposures up, which I think we are right now. Okay, we're good. So we get the whole swirl pattern with this flower as our focal point. I'm focusing right there as I turn the camera. Each time I'm putting autofocus rectangle right there, right there. So that's the center hub of this wheel, so to speak. And then I'll shoot 10, but I'm going to have the autofocus occur in the bottom left-hand corner of the frame. You get more of that swirl from the bottom corner rather than from the middle. So we'll start here off to the side, turn the camera slightly, and we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Got right to the edge. Excellent. So the zoom comes out of the corner rather than from the middle. It's another way to do it. This works best with a wider angle zoom and hand holding. So you may need to push the ISO up, even go to F11, even wide open. Doesn't matter what your f-stop is, depending on what you want to do. I'm F22 to get a razor very sharp edges, but you could use F16, F11, F8, even wide open sometimes. Depends on what you like. But those are your two basic zoom swirl techniques.